Yo, what up guys? So I'm gonna be talking here a little bit about the trunk rotation and getting segmentation from your shoulders and your hips, otherwise known as like hip shoulder separation. So the biggest thing that I see with guys breaking down is their inability to segment two different types of rotation. Hip rotation going, trunk staying neutral, and then hip rotation completing, and then the trunk going and then bringing the arm through. So what we see a lot of the times is the hips and the shoulders, so the hips and the trunks, they move together, which doesn't allow us to create stretch, create separation, create that rubber band effect and pull and launch, right? Which gives us obviously power output. So we'll be talking about a couple different progressions. And again, when I program progressions for guys, I'm programming specific things that are just giving feelings for me. Now that's going to be different for everyone, and that's why I have so many different progressions, because I want to give my clients like as much input as possible for them to distinguish between, okay, that feels good, that doesn't give me anything, so on and so forth. So one really basic one that we can do, I think I've done something similar to this before, where we're presetting the body in essentially the position in which I want to see them at anchor point, at the position of which their front foot anchors into the ground, right? Now the tough part is the slope. The mound is going to be like a totally different dynamic because of the slope, because we have more time to go with our front foot. So I'd actually encourage people to get on the mound and do these things, not just do all these progressions on flat ground, because you get used to the stimuli. But anyways, like I was saying, 4-pound med ball here, Oat Specialties, discount Robby 10, shameless plug. So what we're going to do is we're going to preset the hips at like a 45-degree angle in which we want them at front foot strike. Now we want to take this med ball, both hands, and we want to get to exactly neutral with our trunk. We're not going to be able to counter rotate, because you'll start seeing that these are going to start going. We want these to stay. We want the hips to stay. Okay, so once we get to that position in which we're at that neutral posture with our trunk and our hips are in that rotation, this is the feedback. This is the feeling we want. We want that segmentation. Okay, so now we can explore this, and then all the progression is as soon as we lean back, right, I'm gonna continue to press in with my toes back here, which is gonna force my hips to stay here in this rotation, not to get back to counter rotation and get to neutral. So you wanna press with the toe of the foot, not this, right? You don't wanna go whoop. That's gonna be the body's way of trying to find power. We want to avoid that, and we wanna press with the toe, lean back, and then remember, trunk stays neutral, and then we throw. That came out hot. So again, these are these really simple progressions, but we hammer reps to create the motor pattern, to create that sense of feeling that we want. Okay, so we explore this sensation. Okay, that's it. Now the body can start understanding that, right? It can start downloading that information. And then as soon as we lean back, now our trunk then goes over the lead leg. Okay, so again, very simple, very basic. That's a med ball progression. I like the med ball progression because it kind of keeps that front side locked in back here as well. You can also do that in a throw variation, obviously, with a baseball, right? Same thing. You can do those with rackets. So if I were to have a racket, I'm a big fan of the racket, but the same thing, right? Because again, you're reteaching the way that your body understands how to move powerfully. Okay, so you can get creative. Like I said, doing those on a slope is fantastic. But yeah, that's a very, very basic one that I'd encourage you to film as well, just to be sure that your trunk is in the right position and you're segmenting the hips and the shoulders. So really cool, easy progression. Hammer reps. Don't just do 5 and think you have it. Hammer those reps. And yeah, best of luck. We'll talk soon.